Hello, I'm Mr. James. I typically teach from room 116, though you can tell that this is not there. My contact information, my email is michael.james@sdhc.k12.fl.us. I teach 4 classes of AP Literature, a senior course, and 2 classes of Literature in the Arts 1, which is better described as a mythology elective. That course can be taken for all levels, freshman through senior. If you are taking AP Literature with me, then it's most likely that you took AP Lang last year as a junior. In that course, I'm sure you analyzed language under a microscope, looked at what effect words had on the overall meaning. And that skill set is still in play to a degree, though the emphasis is more on character and theme, story, than perhaps it was last year. You should expect to use Canvas in this semester and year, and Turnitin.com for plagiarism check, and also AP Classroom for resources that would help us get ready for the exam in, I assume, May. And that exam would be able to give you college credit, so there is incentive to take that pretty seriously. You would expect to read a lot in this course. Yes, we will write about our readings, but I would say that for the most part, the work that you do will be based on reading either short stories, poems, plays, or novels. And I think it's safe to assume that you will read more novels in the course of this year than you have in any previous English class year. And so that's something to get ready for. If we are in school, a lot of the books I can provide you as we have them in the book room, though if we are e-learning, it will have to be that these books will need to be procured in some way by you, but there will be plenty of heads up to make sure that you have time to get that done. It won't just be dropped in your lap and expected that the next day you have something like that. As far as materials for the course go, it's pretty minimalistic. You would just need to be able to write or type your writings and be able to submit them either in person or electronically, like through Turnitin or Canvas, and we can just cross that bridge when we get there. As far as what this class aims to help you with, deriving and wringing meaning from life is something that it can be difficult to do sometimes. And this course, in a practical sense, helps you get better at that by taking these works, which do have intrinsic meanings, and trying to come up with your interpretation of what that meaning is. You would obviously need to be able to explain through evidence where you got your views, because not everything is correct. That is a complete misconception with language arts, English classes, is that everything flies. No, it doesn't. And you would need to make sure that you support yourself in order to get the fullest of credit and to be a useful interpreter of not just the arts that we look at, but of life in general. If you are taking the mythology course, this skill set is also relevant to you. Mythology obviously is not real. These were beliefs that people did have in ancient times, but yet no one really subscribes to these beliefs in a widespread mainstream way anymore. But likewise, you can derive meaning from these stories. You can tell what was important to these people, and you can take life lessons out of these individual stories, regardless of what culture they emerged from. We will study Egyptian, mostly Greek, because most more Greek stories survived than perhaps some of the other cultures. Briefly Roman, which kind of takes from the Greek, and Norse mythology. If we have time, we can dabble in other mythologies as well, but we're just going to have to, once again, cross that bridge when we get there. Articles will be posted online regardless of whether we're in person or not. There will be links through Canvas to access articles, information, and so there's an assumption that you'll be able to do it that way. If we are in person and this is not feasible for you, we can talk about getting you physical copies. But if we are e-learning, then obviously you're already online, and so you should have an ability to access the articles that way. Lastly, for all of my classes, regardless of its AP Literature or Literature in the Arts 1 Mythology, I aim to be very flexible and understanding. At this point in time, no one can safely say what this strange school year is going to look like, and that's okay. As long as we understand one another, communicate, then I think that you'll find that you can, count on me to be there in ways to still be productive, but not to overburden you with needless things to do. I'm going to make sure that you get the essentials, that you develop whatever skill set the course demands, but I will be there to hear you and to hear what you have to say, not just in terms of assignments, but also with any needs that you may have beyond that. I look forward to seeing you, whether it be this way or that way, and we'll hopefully see each other pretty soon.